Howdy, I'm back. I've been a busy camper today. I worked on some other stuff around the house today, so I never got to the 624, but here's the here's what's left of the 125. I went ahead and I took off the switch assembly, and I ran that through the ultrasonic cleaner. So just as a reminder, I'm going to show you here what it looked like beforehand. And what it looked like in the ultrasonic bath. And now I'm going to show you what it looks like afterwards. Ta-da! It's still in one piece, so that's good. It's also quite clean. I haven't lubricated it yet. The switches still work. Check out what the ultrasonic cleaner did. Took all the color off of those orange wires, or what was left of them. The mica is still in between the caps, or the mica is still there. So hopefully this thing will work. I am, like I said, I don't think I'm going to take the tuning condenser off because, well, I mean, I could deal with this dial string. It's pretty simple, but aside from just being kind of dirty, it looks pretty good. I'll clean it up here on the chassis, but otherwise it's pretty well. Aside from, there is corrosion obviously on here. You can see the greenish yellow hue. This screw comes off, and I guess I'm gonna have to pull this back to get all these wires replaced. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can count really. I went ahead and marked all of the wires. I even marked on here well, I marked it beforehand. See that there's a little 2B on there. Of course, the ultrasonic cleaner took that right off. That 2B is here, and this is 2A. But again, I'm not gonna put the tuning condenser in the ultrasonic cleaner, because you know, I read some stuff online, and you know, I don't know, I sound a little frustrated, I guess, because I read about 7 or 8 different threads and about 500 different opinions. So being that, well, we'll find out if this works. If for some reason I did something to it, the mica, by putting it in the ultrasonic bath, then I guess it's best to find out now. Although there were several people who said they never had a problem with it. I would have tried to take them off. One of the techniques was to back the screws out and count the number of turns, and I tried that on this one here. So I took it out, it was 13 turns, but that was when I realized the mica doesn't come out because it's riveted. Plus these are also riveted to the housing, so there was no way to get that off of there. So I just figured, well, if anything, I've learned I'll learn a lesson, but I think it'll be fine actually, because I mean, I just do. I don't know why. Guess we'll find out. Anyway, so that's clean. I decided that this is such close quarters under here, and I was going to have to take the speaker off eventually anyway to replace it. So I went ahead and took out the speaker and marked the wires on it. And I finally had a chance to test the speaker, and actually, aside from the paper, everything's actually the speaker's actually good. Although I see that the coil is loose there, but anyway, the speakers, the coils and everything are good, and the speaker doesn't rub. I may call. There's a guy locally here, a couple miles from here, that actually recones speakers. He used to be part of our club out there in Irving, but I'll see. Should be about $25 to $30. I realize I bought another one, but I might as well find out how much it costs. Anyway, so I also had just been tracing some of these components down to make sure I knew where they went. A few of them, I don't know. There's a couple of them trapped underneath these the oscillator coil and the second RF coil there, and that's going to be really fun. And since I'm going to restuff these, it means that I'm not going to gain any room. So maybe I'll rethink the stuffing idea. Otherwise, I was kind of hoping to be able to use that wax I bought that I showed you here. So, I don't know. We'll see. I tested a couple of the resistors. They were actually pretty good. I didn't check the volume control yet because, well, actually it's not as close quarters as the rest of the stuff. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and start replacing some caps on here, and I was hoping to be able to fire this up this weekend, but I guess I'm not going to unless I recap this in the next hour. But otherwise I'm going to start doing that, and then I guess we can go ahead and test. I mean, I got to clean off the chassis before I put the switches back, and I got to wait for the grommets anyway, so I guess I'm not in a big hurry. I also should be getting that volume control for the 3812, so I guess I'll do some of these caps and see how well that goes, and then I guess I'll switch over to the 624 pretty soon. So I guess actually, yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I'll be back.
Oh my God!
Okay, I'm back, and it's been, what is it? This is, it's been 4 days. This is 4th of July. And, so I have been busy rewiring, and, I decided not to restuff the caps just because it's so close quarters in here. And, well, I've been also having other problems. When I pulled off the dual caps here, I had wire. There was a loose wire, and I wasn't quite sure where it came from, since all of the insulation here was pretty much, well, most of it is petrified, or practically fossilized. So so much insulation is missing on some of these wires. I'm not sure. Some of them, you know, are touching. I don't know. It's a mess, basically. I keep turning it upside down. Crap falls out of it, and then I take my little placemat thing here and hold it up and dump it all in the trash. But one of the things is, like I said, there was a wire that popped off, and what I have done is I traced that wire. I'm employing your help, since I'm not always that good at reading these things yet. So I traced out the wire, and I put a link in the video to my little photo bucket page where I've scanned this in. And the thing with this wire, this yellow wire, is I am not sure which side of the 220K resistor it goes on. I think I put it on the wrong side. So if you take a look here, let's see, hopefully that's close enough. Alright, focus in, be good. Now it's just going to be stupid. Oh, I just hate it when my camera acts up. Alright, there we go. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. Alright, So, what I have discovered, and I lost my little pointing device. Well, anyway, if somebody could be kind enough to go take a look at the schematic. See, I'm trying to bend one of these wires to use as a pointer. Here, I guess I'll use this. So, I have put it on this side of the 220K resistor. Now, this is the 35Z5, C3, C3. All of these connections down here, they have no connection to the excuse me, tube. So, basically, the wire was bent in such a way that it looked like it could either go here, or here, or here. And I guess you can't really see that one very well. Or here. But when I was replacing the resistor, by the way, I've been finding a ton of bad resistors in here. I was replacing the 15K resistor, which you can't see. It's underneath these caps. So I was replacing the 220K resistor, or the 15K resistor here. When I was pulling the old one off from this connector here. Go up a little bit. There was remnants of a stranded wire, and there were a couple of little bits of yellow, which is the wire that I took. This yellow wire is replaced another yellow wire. The only issue I have, I mean, that's my clue that I'm wrong. That's why I'm asking, because I just replaced this resistor, I don't know, about a half an hour ago. So I'm just kind of at a loss. I don't know which side of the resistor I'm on. So I think I'm on the wrong side. It did look like it went here, but then again, the wire was, there was missing insulation down further, and it could have just as easily fit here or here. I mean, it's whatever. It doesn't matter, because this is tied to this, and then these two are tied together with the resistor. So that's why I'm asking for a little bit of help. But the other thing is, this has just been going really slow because all of these wires are petrified. And one of the problems I'm having is a lot of these wires are connecting up to the coils, and they're going right up against where the wire comes out of the coil and attaches, so it's attaching to the same point. So it's just been kind of slow going. The other thing is, I've now got to take off this IF can here because the wires are all broken and brittle all the way up inside. So again, I've got to be very tedious with the coils. It's kind of irritating. The other thing is, I've been checking some values here. I realized, and I should have realized this when I was looking at the schematic, this 0.04 microfarad here is, well, it should be a safety cap. So I went ahead and ordered safety caps because it's this one right here. But as I've been mentioning my roof saga, that's finally gone. Well, half of it's gone on, and I seem to have a bit of a crooked contractor. They have, anyway, to make short story long, that bill's coming up due pretty soon, and that's several $1,000s. So I've got to really kind of clamp down on the money I've been spending. Anyway, be that as it may, I need to order some safety caps, and I won't be able to do that actually until the 15th. Anyhow, so I'm slowly but surely going through it. I'm going to start putting on some navel jelly on to get this cadmium off of here. So I wanted to get this video uploaded to see what people had to say. I'm going to take a little bit of break from under the chassis because, like I said, it's really tedious because some of the wires are broken. and I got to figure out where they go. And since I'm, no expert yet at follow, the schematic's easy enough to follow. It's trying to follow in the radio where these wires go, because a wire that goes straight here has a tendency to make a couple of stops along the way in the radio, and something that's right next to each other on the schematic could be all the way on the other side of the radio, as most of you know. The other thing is, I went ahead and cleaned and lubricated the dial thing here. The other thing is, now I haven't taken it all off yet, but I think I have another bad volume control. This makes the third one in a row. So I'm not having good luck with the volume controls. Although, I've seen other people's videos. It just seems to. I mean, obviously the volume control in the dial, in the tuning dial, are probably the two most used controls on a radio. So it makes sense, but just seems to me like a lot of these Philco volume controls from watching other people's restorations are either had been replaced or are bad. So gotta find another 500 meg switch and volume control. I don't know if I want to pay $22 for it again this time. I can use that little Fillmore one that I found, but they're just a smidge too short, and the knobs are offset from the rest of the knobs. So anyway, so I guess I'm gonna have to start scouring eBay, or I'll go back to my wonderful friend over there at not renovated radios. oldradioparts.com, not .net, not to be confused with Mark Oppett, although I guess they're buddies. But like I said, I kind of bugged the crap out of Gary the last time I talked to him, and he seems a little irascible, so I think I annoyed him. So I'm trying to avoid that. But anyway, I'll scour his site too. And anyway, so I'm going to get this uploaded and see what you guys say. And hopefully somebody will be able to help me, but I just really think that it belongs on the other side of this 220K resistor. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to rewire this, and it's going to be interesting in bright orange. I've also been working on the cabinet. I did grain fill it because the holes, the wood, it was so dry, and the pores the splits were so the grain grooves were so deep that it just wasn't going to make. I tried some lacquer, some sanding filler, and it just was going to take too many coats. It would end up being too soft. So I put some on there. It darkened it, but then I used some steel wool to lighten it up again, and I'm still working on it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. And happy 4th of July.